28th of November last year, when I participated in the inaugural meeting for this project, which was held at the headquarters of the Revenues and Customs Administration of Montenegro. And less than 6 months later, the project has already been concluded, and as I hear, successfully concluded, not only in the sense that all measures and steps envisaged have been implemented, but also that the objectives and the purposes of the project have been achieved, and I think we will hear more about that in the course of this meeting. And I hope confidently that the effects of the project will not be of a temporary nature only, but are indeed sustainable. Knowledge acquired in trainings will be transferred to further members of the Revenues and Customs Administration's staff, and the cooperation with regard to strengthening the capacities of RCA's training department will have, I trust, a long-lasting effect. It was a rather short-term project, 6 months, with a rather limited budget, 100,000 euros, and it was called a Twinning Light project because, other than the heavy twinning projects, the contribution to this peer-to-peer exchange came from the EU side only from one single member state. But what counts in the end is not the dimension, but the quality of the results achieved, and according to all that I've heard so far, the quality is good, because the project addressed very pertinent issues, pertinent to Montenegro's needs, but also in the best interest of the European Union, and because the right people and experts came together, fully backed by their superior authorities. I'm really proud to hear that the German customs authorities do not only effectively fulfill their professional duties with regard to German and EU borders, but that they are also capable of sharing their knowledge and experience with partners still outside the EU in an effective manner, contributing to capacity building of partners whom we would love to welcome as soon as possible inside the European Union. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is of course not by accident that this event today takes place at the Evropska Kuća, the European House in Montenegro, because this project has a strong European dimension, as Ingve Engström already elaborated, not only because the funding comes from the EU, but also because it is one very relevant contribution to making Montenegro fit for the European Union. I discussed Montenegro's path into the EU with Mr. Jakov Milatovic, who took office as President of Montenegro last Saturday, just 2 weeks ago, and I discussed it with politicians who envisage to take a leading role in Montenegrin politics after the early elections scheduled for 11th of June. Acceding to the EU is not rocket science, and Montenegro is most welcome as soon as it has completed its homework. All that is required is strong political will and unwavering focus, and hard work when it comes to designing and implementing the necessary reforms and bring relevant services to the level of EU standards. We hope that Montenegro will renew its political focus on EU accession in line with the aspirations of the Montenegrin people, and overcome the all-but standstill when it comes to the homework part. Not looking for shortcuts or creative exceptions, but put the right people in the right positions so that the necessary competence to do the job is available, and that the country can make the best and most effective use of all the broad range of support that the EU and its member states are offering, in terms of finance, relevant projects, provision of expertise, opportunities to co-design policies and solutions, and so on. All too often I notice that opportunities are missed, and proposals not accepted, and funding not claimed, simply because the Montenegrin side did not have the capacity to absorb them. Please believe me, the EU and its member states are not leaning back and sitting idly waiting for Montenegro to sort out its problems. No, we are keen to support Montenegro on its way into the EU, and we are really doing a lot because we have a genuine interest to have Montenegro as a member state as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this twinning project, and may it be a light one, is only one example for the support from the EU and its member states, but an effective one, because dedicated people have come together and achieved tangible results together, based on the strong will to achieve the results and on the knowledge, experience and capacity to achieve these results. Let me congratulate you, Mr. Bulajic, and your team, and for Dr. Berghaas and her team, with the support of the German Central Customs Authority represented by Mr. Reuter today, on achieving these very concrete objectives of the project for the benefit of the people of Montenegro and in the best interest of Montenegro's accession to the European Union. I am happy that German expertise has been able to adequately and effectively address the needs and requirements identified by the Revenues and Customs Administration of Montenegro to further strengthen the effectiveness of their work, of your work, if I may say so. Thank you for your attention.